anybody been following Ryan Garcia? Have anybody been seeing his training? Like, I hope he's working harder than what the hell I'm seeing. Man, Ryan, yeah, don't take this dude lightly, man. This dude ain't here to play with your... Man, you need to be in the same shape you was in your last fight against Barrios. That's how you need to be, bro. That's why I can't be dependent on your ass, man. I can't get behind your ass because I don't know what the hell you doing. All I'm seeing your ass is on kick, social media chasing ass. That's all I see you doing. That's it. You on social media, you want to be a fighter or you want to be a social media darling, bro? Pick one. Boxing gets jealous, bro. You get in there and you get your ass knocked out and get your ass embarrassed, bro. Come on, bro. He said he gonna bring the bitch out of you. That's what he said. I'm gonna bring the bitch out of him. Yep. I'm gonna bring the quitter out. Yep. That's what he said. And I damn believe him. For real. Got a lot of guys picking Conor Benn to smoke your Ryan Garcia. You know?
The clock keeps ticking. Ryan Garcia cannot hide behind distractions with a knockout artist targeting his chin. As the world watches the weight cut, Tim Bradley questions whether Ryan's camp is genuinely prepared for the danger ahead.
For real, yo, mid-work I'm looking at, I'm like, man, where is the intensity at? Ain't no intensity in that shit. You training in your house and like that, bro? Come on, man. Have a real damn camp, bro. For real, I hope you having a real camp. I hope this is just for, the people or something like that. Just check me out. I'm not gonna really show what I'm doing. But damn, Ryan, this man you facing, bro, he coming for your ass, bro, for real.
That concern becomes even more serious as Mike Kopinger emphasizes Benn's knockout intentions, pointing to Ryan's previous vulnerability as added motivation. If Benn pushes Garcia into dangerous exchanges, Ryan's preparation and composure could be tested immediately.
Conor Benn, he's training here in Santa Monica, Max, getting ready for the big fight against Ryan Garcia. It's going to be September 12th. And I am told, and you don't hear this a lot really, I'm told that he is training for the knockout. He knows that Ryan Garcia has been stopped before, happened against Gervonta Davis. He got dropped against Rolly Romero. Conor Benn wants the knockout. He's shown that he has big power at 47. This is going to be his first fight at the weight in, I believe, 4.5 years or so.
At the same time, Simon Jordan recognizes Benn's aggressive style while questioning his route to the elite level. Still, Benn's unpredictability and willingness to create chaos could make Garcia's advantages much harder to depend on.
But notwithstanding all of that, whatever we do or don't think about the matchmaking that's enabled Conor to do so well, he's an exciting fighter, and it will be an exciting fight with Garcia because he brings his own brand of excitement and opportunity to observe in.
That danger receives another boost when George Litterard reveals that spending time around Benn in camp has left him impressed by the fighter's confidence and intensity. His assessment leads to a bold prediction about what Benn can produce against Garcia. The belief coming from inside camp adds another layer of intrigue to this matchup.
Yeah, I see him for the first few weeks when he started camp. He's in high spirits. He grafts hard, Conor, and he definitely really fancies himself in this fight. So I'm going to be out there in Vegas to watch it. I'm really looking forward to it, to be fair. And I think it's going to be a monumental upset.
Still, Jesse Vargas expects Garcia to eventually land the finishing shot, despite anticipating complications early. He believes Benn's awkward style can force Ryan to make adjustments before Garcia's biggest weapon takes over. As the fight continues to develop, Vargas increasingly favors Ryan's ability to find the decisive opening.
In a complicated fight, though, I do think I've said this before. I'd say that the young guy, Benn, is a novice fighter, but he's also awkward. So for specific fighters, I think that awkwardness can create difficulty at some point. Ryan should win and by knockout at the 147-pound division, but first couple rounds, I think it'll take some time for him to adjust. But I do think he should win and win by knockout.
That confidence grows further as Jesse insists Ryan has enough power and finishing ability to force a stoppage. He still expects Benn's awkward style and unpredictable pressure to make the opening stages uncomfortable for Garcia. Ryan may possess the superior finishing tools, but he first must stay composed, make the right adjustments, and navigate Benn's unpredictability before finding his best opportunity.
Because I think he has the power to put into the canvas, to knock him down and then finish him. We all know Ryan's a good finisher, and he's cautious, which you have to be with Benn because he does throw some wild punches. And Yeah, so that's the reason why I say it. I don't want to contradict myself, but I do think that he is a novice fighter because he only has a couple weapons, you know. But with those two weapons that he has, he does have this really awkward style. To some fighters, it would make it awkward and difficult.
For Ryan, the criticism is already part of the story. As Garcia argues that the doubts surrounding his career have lost their impact, he believes his recent achievements have answered many important questions about his ability to compete at the highest level. Now he enters the Benn fight with something to prove again, looking to turn that confidence into another strong statement performance.
Is there any bigger satisfaction to shut up the entire group of haters and the new and still you with the belt?
Yeah, of course, it's gonna be fun because people always got on me about never being a world champion. Now that I'm a world champion, you know, now I'm gonna defend it, and it's just gonna be funny to be seeing everybody's facial expressions when they really don't got shit to say about me now. Like, bro, I made the money, I'm a big star, and now I'm a world champion.
But Ryan also warns about preparation, arguing that overworking the body can undermine everything built during camp. Instead of arriving exhausted, he believes a fighter needs to reach fight night physically fresh and prepared. That balance could become especially important with Benn facing his own demanding weight cut.
You could, it's not, sometimes not as hard as you work, it's that's how smart you work. So you could be doing all that dumb shit you're doing right now, beating your body down. Your body's gonna tell you the truth and be like, yo, you doing too much. You get down, your body not meant to be at 147. Like, oh, look how big you are. You're big papas. You put too much weight. And historically, I'm telling you, Conor, historically, time has always said, when a fighter goes up, then comes down, he's never the same. Roy Jones Jr.
That weight issue becomes a major concern for Spencer Oliver, who argues that Benn's decision to return to welterweight can create serious physical problems. He points to the brutal final pounds of the cut and believes they could strip away the strength Benn needs most. If that happens, a weakened Benn could struggle to impose himself against a naturally bigger Garcia.
The opportunity was there, the big payday is there, and in Conor Benn's head, he'll be saying, yeah, I can still make 147, but I'm with Duke. The reality is, he made 150 against Regis Prograis. The punch power had clearly left him down at 150 to what it was against Chris Eubank at 160, and you know, I think dropping that last 3 pounds, as you guys know, making weight and how difficult that is, that last 3 pounds to the normal guy is like losing 3 stone. And it will take a lot out of him. The reality is, I think we saw against Regis Prograis, 147 is going to be difficult for Conor.
Beyond the weight debate, Paul Smith questions Benn's biggest weapon, arguing that his reputation as a puncher still needs to be proven against elite opposition. Power at the highest level can have a completely different impact than what a fighter shows against lesser competition. Until Benn proves that power against elite opposition, Smith sees it as a major unanswered question.
Yeah, he is entertaining. He has got power. The man in the middle knows a lot more than anyone on the table because he's got the belts to prove and he's mixed it at that level. We always say this when we're having conversations and debates about boxing. Power at British level is not power at world level. Absolutely. The power at world level is totally different. You can get fighters who are not really the biggest of punchers at world level, but they're at world title level, the world champions, and they can crack, and they're not known as big punchers, but you feel that power. They can punch. There's a difference in the power.
Yet, Mike Kopinger sees another possibility, believing the lower division can bring back the puncher Benn has displayed in previous knockout performances. A sharper and more explosive version of Benn at 147 could create a completely different threat for Garcia. If the weight cut does not drain him, his power could become one of the fight's biggest factors.
And look, Conor Benn has a lot more power at 47. We saw him score some big knockouts. Chris Algieri, Chris Van Heerden.
He came up as a puncher.
He came up as a puncher, and then he goes and has 2 big money fights with Chris Eubank, sells out Tottenham Stadium twice last year, and then he fights in Tottenham again in April at 150, but he only had 6 weeks to make the 150 to now look good against Regis Prograis. I think he's going to look better this time.
However, Max Kellerman warns that the weight change carries serious risks, explaining that reversing the physical changes from Benn's time at 160 can create problems beyond simply making the limit. Shedding that newly built muscle could reduce Benn's strength, durability, and physical stability. If those adjustments leave him weakened, Garcia's speed and power could become even more dangerous as the fight increasingly intensifies.
Because of the family rivalry with the Eubanks, moved up to fight a bigger man. But once he moved up, it's like when Roy went to heavyweight. It's a great example.
Yeah.
It's not that he just moved up and he ate some extra pasta. The dude put on lean muscle. So now you're 160 with lean muscle. You got to melt off. It's hard to make the weight anyway, but you got to take off another 15, 13 pounds of lean muscle on top of it. It's hard.
From Ryan's corner, Henry Garcia remains extremely confident, believing the best version of his son creates overwhelming problems for Ben. He points to Ryan's speed, explosive power, and athleticism as qualities that can control the fight before Ben establishes his pressure. That confidence reflects a belief that Garcia's natural abilities can neutralize Ben's biggest strengths and leave him struggling to find answers.
But you gotta have more than that, bro. You gotta have some special skills. And then when Ryan, despite how many years you've been in boxing, when Ryan is 100%, you need an army to beat him. And I'm serious, bro. I've seen this too many times. You're gonna have to have like something very special. And if Devin Haney was a way better boxer than Conor Benn, and Luke Campbell, who's a way better boxer than Conor Benn, bro.
Henry pushes that assessment further, saying Ben's recent performances have not displayed the exceptional skills or ring IQ needed to seriously threaten Ryan. He believes Ben must show a significant improvement in timing, decision-making, and adaptability to keep Garcia from taking control. If Ben cannot bring something new into the matchup, Henry believes Ryan's speed, power, and overall advantages could become extremely difficult to overcome.
You gotta be crazy if you think you're gonna just overpower Ryan and beat him. I don't see it. I don't see anything special.
Tell me, when you say that you don't see anything special, where do you feel like how his performance was against Regis Prograis in his last outing?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. There was nothing special. Did you see something special? Did he knock him out like 5 times or 3 times? Did he put him on the canvas? No. I mean, we didn't see it, bro. And we fought amateurs that are better than him.
That view is reinforced by Chris Manx, who argues that Garcia holds the advantage in nearly every major category while also handling the weight more naturally. He sees Ryan's speed, power, athleticism, and technical ability creating problems that Ben may struggle to solve. Those physical and technical advantages could become increasingly important if Ben struggles to maintain his strength and conditioning.
Like, Ryan Garcia is a big, tall guy, but he made 147 against Mario Barrios pretty easily, and I have no reason to believe that he can't do it again. You're going to be going into the ring with a younger, faster, stronger, more skilled, for being honest, guy in Ryan Garcia anyway, and he's going to be making the weight in a much better way than you are. That tells me this could be a really rough night for Conor.
Manx also focuses on Ben's muscular frame, warning that the physique he is carrying could become a problem when the final pounds come off. Cutting those last pounds could drain some of his explosiveness and physical strength before he even enters the ring. The concern is that Ben may look powerful during camp, but lose some of that strength and durability by fight night.
I think Ryan, look, if Conor is weight drained coming into this fight, and look, Ryan's been kind of hinting at this for the last couple of weeks. Every time Conor posts a picture of him in great shape on Instagram, and he is in great shape, like he looks great, but Ryan can see things that fighters see, right? Like, he can see like, hey, you're not close to your fighting weight.
Even with those concerns, Frank Smith argues that Garcia represents a major step up in opposition despite Ben's relentless preparation. Ryan brings a level of speed, power, and technical ability that can expose weaknesses Ben has not previously been forced to confront. The matchup therefore becomes a crucial test of whether Ben's improved preparation can translate when the pressure and quality of opposition reach their highest level.
Yeah, I think it will be the hardest fight of his career to date. One thing about Conor Benn, as much as my views may have changed personally, he trains very hard. He'll give it his all. It's going to be a great fight, and it will be an entertaining fight, I'm sure. I think Ryan Garcia, though, arguably, is another level to the opponents he's been in terms of levels. But I can't write Conor off. I'm not going to sit here and write him off in that.
Still, Frank refuses to count Ben out and believes this opportunity could completely transform his career. A strong performance against Garcia could prove that Ben belongs at the highest level and silence doubts about whether he is ready for elite opposition. If he can overcome Ryan's speed and power, the victory could become the defining moment that transforms how his entire career is viewed.
He's going to go out there, this changes his life. He's had a dream to become the WBC world champion. I'd anticipate that belt is on the line, unless there's any differences with Zuffa. But yeah, I wish him all the best. It's a great fight. It's a massive fight for the sport of boxing.
On the other side, Gareth A. Davies warns that Benn could be overwhelmed once the contest reaches its crucial stages. He believes Garcia's experience against elite opposition gives him a major advantage when the fight becomes more tactical and demanding. If Ryan controls the distance, dictates the tempo, and forces Benn to constantly reset, that experience could become increasingly difficult for Benn to overcome.
Loads of prospects for him and they might capitalize on it. But for me, the danger for Conor Benn in this is when that bell rings, he's going to be in a world of trouble. By 5 or 6 rounds, I think he'll find out who he's really in against. I see him being knocked out in 6 or 7 rounds. Surprise me, Conor, and win the fight. But for me, this is the most dangerous fight of his career. Forget the Chris Eubank at middleweight fight. This is the most dangerous fight, and I believe he gets knocked out midway through that.
That experience gap becomes even more important as Spencer argues that Benn remains unproven against opposition of this caliber and may have to rely heavily on his toughness. Garcia has faced higher-level challenges and possesses the speed and technical variety to expose weaknesses under pressure. If the fight becomes a pure tactical battle, that difference could give Ryan more opportunities to dictate the action and take control.
Without a doubt, this is the most dangerous fight, and I think it's hard to predict how he goes in this fight because we've never seen him box at this level, and we've seen nothing to suggest that he can compete at this level. And I think that's where your opinions are coming from, and you're right in saying that, because you know, if you're assessing everything, you say that Conor Benn shouldn't be living with Ryan Garcia because you've got the proven versus the unproven. But one thing we do know about Conor Benn is he's got that DNA. He has, and he showed us that against, all right, it was a weight drain Chris Eubank up at 160, but that first fight, he had to show a lot of cojones.
That concern is echoed by Sergio Mora, who argues that Benn's constant movement between weight classes could weaken his strength, power, and confidence. He believes the repeated physical adjustments can make it harder for Benn to maintain the same explosiveness and stability inside the ring. If those fluctuations begin affecting his performance, Garcia could gain an even bigger advantage once the action intensifies.
What we used to talk about maybe is because he's lacking something that he was putting in the system. Now you can actually say that it was that, and it's actually fluctuating weight. You can't be jumping around from weight to weight going north and then coming back south expecting to hold down and retain that muscle mass and that power and that strength and that confidence. I think we're seeing a little bit of all that with Conor Benn, and the writing's on the wall. I think Ryan Garcia is really gonna do a number on him.
And finally, Showbiz the Adult predicts a knockout for Ryan Garcia, arguing that Benn's nervous energy could leave him vulnerable to Garcia's explosiveness. He believes Benn's aggressive mindset could work against him if he rushes forward without settling into a controlled rhythm. With Garcia's speed and devastating counters, even a brief lapse in composure could create the opening Ryan needs. If Garcia finds that moment, the fight could end much faster than Benn expects.
My initial assessment is I got Ryan Garcia by KO. Conor, I'm sorry, brother. Conor, I'm sorry. There was something Ryan Garcia said at the end of their little beef at the Ring Awards.
You think you beat him?
Yeah, of course. How does it end? I knocked him out. He's a little too jittery. Is this our car? He's a little too jittery.
And I kind of see that. And I see that mostly because Conor Benn, he started so late. So there is a sense of calmness that's not quite there. So I think Ryan Garcia, well, we know Ryan Garcia sees that as well. But I wouldn't be shocked if Conor Benn were to stop Ryan Garcia. You heard what Neofimo Lopez had to say. Ryan Garcia.
I think Conor Benn is gonna knock him out, but I know this about.
Ultimately, the biggest question is whether Ryan Garcia arrives as the disciplined, conditioned fighter Tim Bradley demands, or whether Benn's pressure and power expose the weaknesses everyone is debating. The predictions lean heavily toward Garcia, but Benn's aggression, physicality, and knockout ambition give him a dangerous path. One thing is clear, Ryan cannot afford to overlook the challenge. Thanks for watching Boxing World TV Boxing Glove. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more non-stop boxing action, fight highlights, and champion moments every week.